Hey guys, Otto here. Just let me get this. Gotta close my door. My mom's birthday party's going on. Shout out to her. Happy birthday. It was yesterday, but the party's today because she didn't have friends over. Okay, get to the point. Today I'm going to be listing my my thoughts on the artist. I think I've said this multiple times. I like millencolin, and today I'm going to be talking about that artist. He's Nicola. He's just, his songs are so good. So I'm going to be talking about, like, when I think about, like, bad songs, when I think about good songs. We're going to start with the bad song. So if someone ever came up to me in public that knew millencolin just like me, they'd say, "Hey Otto, when you think of bad songs from millencolin, what do you think of?" I'm like, that's a good question. Because when I think of bad songs, I think of the ballad. The song from Pennybridge Pioneers. A lot of people say, like Punk Rock Radar said it, millencolin in 2000 released an album called Pennybridge Pioneers. And everyone says it's like the best album, and I agree, honestly. It's such a good album, and then there's one other thing people say. There's only one downside, and it's the song I just said, the ballad. Yeah. When I think of this album, or when I think of bad songs, I think of this song. It's a sad-ass song with, like, just a guy alone. Look, what were you thinking? No offense, Nicola. Like they said, the clock ticking in their Pennybridge production thing. I never got that, honestly. But then they keep on asking another bad song, I think, Vulcan Ears from Life on a Plate. I hate that song, too. It is so bad. I listened to it for, like, the first time very recently because some review online said that Vulcan Ears is the one to skip. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to check this one out. I listened to it for about 10 to 20 seconds. I'm like, get me out of this. This is pain. I'm in Spain without the S. So, yeah. Those are two bad songs. But that's not it, though. Like, Material Boy, I'm not a big fan of. Kemp, never was a big fan. Black Eye, oh my god. I feel like I want to throw up when I listen to that song. It's just hard to listen to. Oh my god. It's so hard to listen to, literally. But then you go over to Machine 15, when there's a lot of bad songs on this album. Machine 15, like the song in Personal. Brand New Game's not the best. But yeah, that's like all the songs I would think of for bad. Like, I'm not a fan of Leona either. Never really was. So now I'm going to be going over to, like, when I think of good songs. Honestly, there's a ton. There's so many good songs. But mainly when they say, hey, like if they ever said, hey, do you ever think of a good song? And I'm like, yeah, I think of Olympic. Olympic from Life on a Plate. When I first listened to it ever, I'm like, this is the best song I think I've ever freaking heard. That was really long ago. Like, I think it was like at least 10 years now. Or no, 7 years now since I first started listening. And I'm like, that was my favorite, honestly, back then. It still is. I'd say Bullion had a chance to beat it, but I'm like, no, you're not beating it. Olympic is still my number one, but, like, besides Life on a Plate, which is still my favorite album because of those two songs, and Jelly Goose as well, I think of Sense and Sensibility from True Brew. It's so good. It's one of my other original favorites. It used to be my number 2 until Bullion. I started listening to Bullion more often. Yeah. But, like, there's other great songs, like The Best Album, Penguins and Polar Bears, and Duck Pond. When I was, like, around that time when I first started listening, those are the only two songs I'd like. Except for, like, Sense and Sensibility and kind of Olympic. I'm like, this is, like, I like the name, and the song was just good and personal, too. I didn't realize Penguins and Polar Bears was such a freaking good song. But Duck Pond was my original favorite. But now it's been overrun by Olympic and Sense and Sensibility. Yeah, things really did change. The only good song from Machine 15, which is a really bad album, by the way. I don't know why anyone would like it, really, except for maybe Detox, which is not on this song. It's Ducks and Drakes. Like, oh my god, that is such a good freaking song. When bells ring out for those who've died, I try to say one last goodbye. Exactly. Like, that's good. Oh my god. Like, some people say, oh, it's boring. I used to think of that when I first, it was actually not long ago when I first started listening to it. I'm like, like, I mean, it could be better, but then I'm like, oh, it is that good, though. But going back to Penny Rich Pioneers is another good song I forgot to mention that's really close to the ballad on the order, but it's 1,000 times better. It's Pepper. It's short as hell. It's shorter than Jose Altuve. No offense, Jose Altuve, honestly. But it's like, come on. It's a good song. It's like positive, telling you that you got this. And yeah. But yeah, speaking of like short song, or no, like this one isn't short. Some people say guitar riffs are the best part of this artist. They say Losing Must has the best. 22 has the best one. It's not either of those two. It's Egocentric Man, the most underrated guitar riff song of all time. No, when you think guitar riffs sound cool, listen to Egocentric Man. You will literally be like, this is the best freaking song ever. Because, like, if you like guitar riffs, that's your song. It's so good. I love that song. When I first listened to it, I, like, never knew what the hell it was. So I'm like, eh. But then, once I started to get used to it more, I'm like, why did I ever freaking say that? Because now it's one of my all-time favorite songs. People act like Trooper is a bad album. It's probably one of the best albums with Home From Home and Penny Bridge Pioneers. It's not my favorite, though. It's Life on a Plate, like I said. So, that actually pretty much wraps it up. You heard my recommendations. Go check them out. You heard my other ones. Just stay away from the ballad and Vulcaneers if you don't like bad song. Like, if you don't like long songs, especially stay away from the ballad because it's the longest millencolin song, and yeah, it sucks. Not as long as this video. This video is still longer. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Go check out Olympic and all those other songs. See ya.